He was born on May 3rd, 1912 in Princeton, Illinois. At just 14 years old, he gave his concert debut to an audience of 2,500. He was the first organist to win a full scholarship to the prestigious Peabody Conservatory, where he completed his artist degree in just 1 year. As an Air Force Staff Sergeant during World War II, he played over 600 concerts to benefit various military causes. Throughout his illustrious career, he played in churches, concert halls, arenas, and appeared on numerous radio and television programs. He was loved by his legion of fans and hated by the critics. He was Virgil Fox, and he was the greatest organist that ever lived. Now, I became aware of Virgil when I first started learning to play the organ back in 1977. Whether I was at a recital, hanging out in a music store, or at one of my many lessons, Virgil Fox was a frequent topic of conversation. Nobody was neutral about Virgil Fox. People either loved him or they hated him. And at that time, most of the people that I was hanging around with, the people that I thought were my mentors, well, they were people who were firmly in that "we hate Virgil" camp. And I was a young, impressionable teenager and, of course, played along without ever hearing Virgil play a single note. A classic example of contempt prior to investigation. Now, in March of 1978, Virgil played a concert right in my hometown of Fresno, California, and I had a chance to go. But I decided, it's just Virgil Fox. I don't want to waste my time. That was the last time Virgil ever played in Fresno. Now, in those early years of my own organ playing, I always felt like something was missing. And it didn't matter if I was listening to a recording, I was at a recital, or even examining my own playing. I often caught myself making apologetic statements about the instrument I so dearly loved. Deep down, I knew that somehow the organ was capable of much, much more than what its players seemed to be demanding of it. Now, at some point in the mid-1980s, I bought my very first CD player. I went to the record store to pick out some discs, and almost by accident, I stumbled upon this recording, the Digital Fox. This is the first digital recording ever made in the United States. So, I bought it and decided to find out for myself just what this Virgil Fox character was all about. I went home, put the disc in the tray, and what I heard was a revelation. For the very first time, I heard the organ being played the way it should be played. It was bold, dramatic, filled with life. Virgil played with rhythmic drive and passionate expression. This wasn't the work of a mere showman. This was the sound of an artist who pulled out of every note all the magic that the composer intended. The performances on the Digital Fox left me breathless, and from that point forward, I drank in all things Virgil, buying and relishing every recording I could get my hands on. And it was then that I realized that if I really wanted to be a great organ, I'd have to try and maybe play a little bit like Virgil. Now, of course, let's be honest, I can't play like Virgil Fox, but neither can anybody else. And besides, direct imitation is not art. Every artist has to find their own voice, but it's important when finding your own voice to find other artists who speak to you, those that can provide encouragement and inspiration. And for me, that's Virgil Fox. So my efforts as an organist are to try and capture some of Virgil's energy. The closer I get to that energy and vitality, the better my music becomes.